the person who provide you everything, if you are against it with that person, same time, it is not good. So if he's a man and he's a politician, we can say William Ruto is there. Let him go face to face. Let him go and see. Let him leave these children, because these children, they are the one. There's some mothers who pay them school fees like 4 years ago. We don't know, and everybody is suffering because of is paying to get school fees. It is very hard. We know. So at the end of time, 4 years. After that, 4 years on a butter zero, it is not good. And I can say the principal of that school is, I think, even is foolish. That's what I can mention. And directly, there's something which you cannot enter politically. It belongs to the party, not about the school, not about anything. Let him write the book. We are not denying that. Let him write the book. If he need to write the book, let him write the book. We are not denying. But to say that this barabara, that is as process. That is the government issues. It's not supposed to be bring in the school, children, or what. The school is the one who pays the school fees for the teachers. That is the government. Same time, government is the one who paying the school fees, and same time on a Tuesday, the government, they are the one who paying them. So me, I can say this is not good. And also in the morning we are there, even me, and currently I'm in Nakuru. The morning time we welcoming them. So what I need to ask for Kino, who is Malala? Who is this guy? Is he the director? Is he the education officer? Who is this person? He's supposed to, what is he doing to even to attend that place? All right. Is he have a right to visit in that place as a director, or who is this? I need to Keno will answer my question. Thank you a lot.
All right, Osma, thank you so much. Nywele Sauce, you can take the mic. Chukua mic then tupe Idri ili tupandishe watu wengine. Nywele Sauce,
asanteni sana. Swali yangu ya kwanza, nimesikia songa nauliza ati kwa nini watu wa Nyanza na Western wana support government. Ndio nataka kumjibu. Nataka
si Western, nimesema mbona si government. Hii mambo ya hii Ken, kwa good listener. Hii mambo ya nani Butere Girls na Malala. Wacha kuwaingiza watu wengine.
Ken, endelea. Nywele Sauce, Ken, proceed. Nani ametoa Nywele Sauce sasa? Please, moderators, mtawanyima hizo powers zote. Don't. Idri, proceed. Nani ametoa Nywele Sauce? Idri, wait for Nywele Sauce.
Network yake ni mbaya, najua anarudi sasa.
Atafute data kwanza, Okay, can I talk?
Idri, please proceed. Idri.
Okay. Everyone talking here, everyone is making sense. But let me go to Osman Shido. You were talking and asking about these kids, okay? Whatever they did, when I was in high school, I was in drama festival or music. I wasn't forced, okay? I was given whatever I was to present and I accepted. The children were at home. The parents knew whatever they were going to present. If even the parents didn't want it to go through, they would have told the kids to stay at home. So seeing the kids performing, that's okay. Performing whatever that is being seen is still okay. So people saying, I don't know, it's bad. Those kids that are performing, in 2027, they'll be voting. So whatever they're seeing right now, it will affect them in the future. So they have to do it right now to stop whatever that's going on.
So it is right. You feel like it's right for Malala to go to Butere High School to give the children the kind of script they were given.
Okay, it's not necessarily that
you feel like it's right.
Butere. Okay, it's not necessarily that it was supposed to be Butere, even if it was another school. The things that they are saying, it's still true. So I don't know why. There are things that you can see. Eh? Saying kids wachana na watoto. No, ule mtoto mwenye aliuliwa wakati ya protest. Did you even see vile huyu jamaa aliongea? Did you even know whatever that happened to the kid? No.
All right, Hoseb, let's proceed. Hoseb, are you there? Janabi? Janabi?
Okay, asante.
Hoseb, are you there?
Mimi chenye
Yes,
nilikuwa
Janabi
nataka
proceed.
kuongea, watoto wako na right to express. Watoto wako na right to express their feelings, lakini wanatumiwa. Umejua hata hizo vitabu zilitolewa, lakini hakuna mwenye alimpatia mtoto ati aende a stage nayo kwa nini, kwa dramas. Hizo vitabu zilitolewa, tumejua. Na kwa nini a politician anatumia mtoto mwenye akona way forward to go, na yeye alimaliza, yeye akona kazi, yeye ako rich, anaweza linda watoto wake, anaweza toa watoto wake Kenya aende naye huko ng'ambo awasomeshe huko, na anatumia watoto wa Kenya, wenye wako way forward to go. Hata kuna watoto wengine ambao wazazi wao hawawezi, walipeleka tu watoto huko, walitumia vitu zote kumpeleka mtoto huko. Alafu a politician mwenye akona kila kitu anatumia mtoto in the name of politics. Na kesho mtaona result ya KCC ikifika, mtaona chenye Wabutere watapata. So kama tunataka politics ikue mature, let us not use our children. Tusitumie watoto wetu. Tuongee tu, kutumia watoto wetu hakuna. Malala alifanya vibaya. Kuandika hiyo kitu kuwapatia watoto ati waende wafanye hizo mambo zao, hiyo ni ubaya kabisa. Asante.
Ama ndo nimeingia ya. Madam Chair, can I say something?
No. We have to give other people when you umepata time. Hoseb.
Thank you.
Hoseb, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Political arena. Yeah,
Proceed.
Yeah, may I take this privilege to say hi to everyone. I'm Oseb, as entails in the platform from Nandi County. I've heard what you have said, you great people. I want to talk as a Kenyan. I don't want to talk as a Kalenjin from Nandi County. And also I want to address an issue pertaining the politics, the school, and personalities. We have issues that we have seen that happen to the school of Butere girls. The issue, we condemn the issue as Kalenjin community, as one of the people who stood even for who fight for the position of MCA in Nandi County. And I fight MCA under UDA ticket. Let me tell you the truth. I'm a politician and I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a freedom fighter for our people, great people of Kenya. I want to tell you guys, what Leo did is actually an abomination to our great people of Kenya. And I want to tell you also what the police, we condemn the act that police, actually the force that police use. Yeah? Hiyo shida yenye ilipatikana pale is not an issue of individual. We take them as our children. We have that sense of human, the sense of heart. So Cleo could have come up with a script and exempt himself as a politician to leave the school to do the right thing for the great students of Butere girls. So I want actually to win. Let us be fair. Sijui Ruto, sijui Uhuru kashekwa nini. We want to talk as Kenyans. These are our kids. We cannot relent this and we cannot sit and relax when our kids are suffering in the school. I want to address the issue in my platforms. I also have a platform, Nandi County Oversight Arena, or Counties Oversight Arena, an international platform. So I invite you so that we can solidify with our wisdom and our expand knowledge in politics. We can expand it and have a moment to address the issue of students that actually were attacked by police. That is an attack. Yeah, I am not happy about it.
Thank you.
And we can talk.
Thank you. Polo, take the mic kindly. Let's Nini time. 3 minutes.
Songa, Tony, Nyando, and the rest of the people. That's any. Anyway, I saw what happened. Na kuna vitu mbili hapa lazima tuelewane. Number one, Malala is trying to use the Butere kids to score political difference. Hiyo nayo hata tukizunguka tuseme nini na nini, that is the fact. Number two, Malala has been a script writer for some time. Apparently, mimi siko najua. 2015, 2013, he won some medals with Kakamega boys. So hii si kitu anafanya for the first time. He has been doing it. The only problem this time round, he was a politician. He's a politician on the other side, a former UDA secretary. So whatever he's trying to push will not go as Butere. It will go as Malala. And I had somebody saying that the results are Butere zitakuwa as Jiaje. Me, I don't go that way, and I don't support that. Tusianze kutumia watoto to settle political scores. Kuna mtoto pale very innocent, mwenye kuna very bright future, mwenye hata yuko kwa hizi drama festivals. So mwezi later the entire vitu za Butere hapa na principal na Malala, now we want to castigate the entire school. No. Malala used the school to score his personal his political differences with the president, and Malala also wanted to test something. Watu wanampenda kiasi gani? Ndiye akishikwa, watoto wa riot pale, ajue watu wa Kakamega watajoin, vile watu walikuwa wamefanyia Salasia. Tofauti yake na Salasia alisahau, Salasia at least hata kama ni mlevi na bangi, kuna ka MTC amejenga huko. So wale watu wake anaofanyia kazi. Malala na useneta yake kula kitu aliyefanyia watu wake. So hakuna mtu anatokea nje kuandamana juu ati Malala ameshikwa. Nobody. So this guy is using some innocent kids to score. He has been doing good, and I don't know why the kids insisted that lazima Malala kuwe ndio perform. Yet Malala is not a TSC member. He's not a teacher at Butere. I don't know why he was supposed to be there. Kwa nini lazima angekuwa ndio watoto wa perform? There's a gentleman hapa kwa TikTok na kwa Facebook anaitwa Adede wala somebody. Adede is also doing the same thing. Anaandikanga ma script akipea kina Kisumugaza. Adede is also doing the same. Anaandikanga wana perform. Na hakuna siku watoto wameenda kuweza kuperform, hatuwezi perform kwa stage ati because Adede wala is not there. So this was purely politics. The only shameful part of it, that they decided to play politics with the future generation of this country. It is very shameful. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Nyando. Nyando, you can take the mic.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for giving me this opportunity to express my views to Kenyans. Madam Chair, I have only two issues that I want to rise on. First of all, Madam Chair, I want to condemn what the government did to that school of Butere, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, hakuna vile unaweza tumia nguvu mingi sana kwa wanafunzi, Madam Chair. Hiyo kitu imenionyesha ya kwamba, Madam Chair, tunarudi kwa regime ya Moi, Madam Chair. Kwa nini utume ma police officers waende watumie nguvu mingi hivyo? Madam Chair, as we speak, 16 students wameenda missing, Madam Chair. Hatujajua wako wapi, Madam Chair. Na hao ni watoto wa Wakenya. Hao ni watoto wa Wakenya. Those are innocent. Hao ni watoto ambayo wengi wao unaweza pata ni wazazi kutoka Nyanza ama Central ama kwa jamii community nyingine, Madam Chair. Of which mimi kitu kama hiyo, Madam Chair, nimepinga kabisa. Wangetafuta njia nyingine, wangeshika hata principal ya hiyo shuleni, Madam Chair. Second thing, Madam Chair, I wonder if a principal or a teacher mwenye analipwa na government ya William Ruto anaenda anafundisha watoto wa wenyewe kitu kama hiyo, wawalete shida, Madam Chair. Hakuna vile unaweza fundisha mtoto vitu za kucriticize government ambaye imeajiri wewe, Madam Chair. Mimi kitu kama hiyo nataka kwanza hii Malala ateswe kabisa. Amefanya kitu mbaya sana kutumia watoto wa wenyewe. Kama anapiga siasa, asilete siasa kwa shuleni, asilete siasa kwa shuleni. Asilete siasa kwa watoto wetu. Hizo siasa zake aenda apige kwa matanga huko Western, sio kupeleka kwa shuleni mahali ambapo watoto wetu wako, Madam Chair. Hiyo kitu imeniumiza sana nikiona ati watoto wa wenyewe, Madam Chair, wanapigwa tear gas, sijui wanafanyiwa nini, wanadhulumiwa, Madam Chair. I wonder which government is this? And those who want to use public schools for their political gain ya castigate William Ruto kwa watoto, Madam Chair, hiyo kitu inafaa ikome. And I want William Ruto to act as the government, as the president. Kuna vitu vingine anafaa fanya kama rais wa nchi. Ashike wale wenye walihusika kwa hiyo, lakini wale watoto wenye walishikwa, wenye walikuwa abducted, waachiliwe haraka iwezekanavyo, Madam Chair. As I rest my case, I don't support Malala or hizo takataka zake. I don't support even the government, Madam Chair, kwa kitu ambayo amefanya. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nyando. Thank you. Jera, you have 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Songa, kuna kelele kutoka kwako, songa. Okay,
Songa, kindly, I'm muting you now and mute. Yes, proceed.
Yes, mimi nilikuwa nasema hivi. Okay, watu wako na blame Malala sana, lakini kulingana na mimi sioni haja ya kublame Malala sana, kwa sababu Malala is just a script writer like any other person, despite the fact that yeye ni politician. Sasa iko tu kama pia mimi kama ningelikuwa script writer niandike hiyo script nipatie watoto wa Butere Girls na wa perform. Government imekuwa too sensitive kwa sababu hiyo script writer imetoka kwa politician. That's why we are sensitive. And to me, sioni ni kwa nini government imekuwa so sensitive to that, because what these kids are doing, they are just reciting what is in the public domain. They are not doing anything that is new. Hawaleti kitu mpya, ni vile tu government, people have just become so extra sensitive to that thing. Lakini wangeichukulia tu normal, ingelikuwa tu kitu hata watu tungeongelea tu 1 or 2 days na inaisha hivyo. Lakini the fact that imekuwa sensitive kwa government hivyo, that's why we are here. Now, hii drama yote iko. Na mimi nashangaa, this is just literature. Before, tumekuwa na watu, mkikumbuka watu, hawa jamaa wa ridiculous. Walikuwa na imitate Moi na people in the government by then. And there was no problem. Kama watu kama wakina Trump, watu wanawaimitate.
I have a question for you, Mr. Jera. We need to be honest here. Did you mention that the time of Moi, people used to imitate the government?
Yes, ridiculous. Remember? Do you remember?
The time of Moi, and nothing was done. Nothing was done to them, right?
What happened to ridiculous?
They used to do that, but in a comic way. Tell me where kwa ridiculous walikuja wakasema Moi must go. Na wakasurvive.
Okay,
you are interfering with Jera Maliza.
That's why I'm saying whatever they are doing is in public domain. Whatever they are doing is in public domain. So I don't know why it is sensitive when the kids are doing it. It's just literature. Vile wanasoma tu kwa vitabu, vile tulikuwa tunasoma kama Things Fall Apart, tulikuwa tunasoma Betrayal in the City. That's the same thing. Ile kitu yenye iko kwa darasa, wakisema sasa they are going to perform it in a drama festival. What is the difference? Because it's still what is they absorbing.
Jera, what you are talking about is totally different with what you wrote. you read in high school.
Give Jera time. Nyando give Jera time amalize.
Okay, another thing.
But if he's not honest, he can interject and add in time. We are allowed
Okay,
to
wacha
interject.
nimalize. Naona
The thing,
mtainterfere
he
niache
also
kumaliza
did
my
this.
last point.
I
My
did.
last point is
I'm
this.
gonna add you 1 minute. I also did Mshtaiki Mayor. It wasn't talking about Kasongo. It wasn't talking about Kasongo. Let us be honest, guys.
Kasongo,
There is no problem
This is
with
Kasongo,
you
truly
guys
criticizing the
criticizing the
government.
Kasongo
government,
This
is
is
current.
but
truly
using
criticizing the government. Don't
children
go to, don't tell us that ulisoma kitu kama hizo. Hii ni tofauti sana na Kasongo bwana.
using children. Using children, that is wrong. You have to
Political
condemn.
arena. Okay, wacha nimalize.
That you have to know that statement before you
God.
that is what we are pleading with you.
Please give me my time.
Kuna baadhi ya watoto wenye wazazi wao saizi wanalia kupitia
Yando,
ulikuwa na time yako
ukamaliza. Mbona upeje haro time?
Mlikuwa na time yenyu siku wa interfere bwana. Tuacheni mimi maliza alafu nyinyi mtaongea.
Proceed. I've added you 1.5 minutes. Please.
Yes, kama mngelipata tu point yangu from the beginning, I said what these kids are reciting is in the public domain. So it's nothing new to them. They're just echoing what is in the public domain. Okay, come our kids, you blame these kids and you blame Malala. These kids ndio wafike kwa nationals walianzia kule chini. No, kulikuwa na judges wale waliwajaji na wakawapromote mpaka wamefika nationals, and those judges si judges tu wale walikuwa tu picked from anywhere, qualified, watu ambao wamefanya hiyo literature, they know. So as much as mna blame Malala, know that to our kufika nationals, there's something, there's substance in whatever they are doing. Sasa kama mna arrest Malala, then wa arrest paka na majudges waanze na walimu huko, sio tu mtu mmoja. It's not about Malala alone. Kama ingelikuwa ni Malala peke yake, wangekuwa disqualified kule chini. Qualified huko chini.
Do you know why Malala was arrested?
Aliandika script. Just because he wrote,
he's interfering with the TSC work and he's not a TSC member.
Okay, political arena, mimi nimemaliza.
Mimi naomba mic juu I think Jera shaongea.
Nyamaza Nyando, nyamaza.
Niko na swali bana. Mwezi kwa mnataka kila mtu aongee mind yenu. We must ask questions.
Okay,
I wanted to ask this because I know whatever Nyando is going to say and whatever Jera is going to say, there's no difference. They read from the same scripture. What I'm saying is this. For example, even last year, due to kuendelea kwa election, KJ and the rest of the team hawakuwa na Uhuru together. KJ is still the pivotal brains behind Dagoretti High School dramas and all that. Ni siku gani uliona John Kiarie amechukua watu wa ditches, ameenda nao kwa national drama, ati wanaenda kuongea story ya Uhuru Kenyatta? Vitu yenye project yenye Uhuru Kenyatta amelaunch, unaenda kuweka watoto wana cram at in the name of you're doing drama. Guys, sometimes let us be very honest. Kuna arts na kuna literature. We are also aware of literature. We are also students of literature. Kuna some scripts that zimemeki na zikaleta liberation. Movie kama ya Sarafina played a very big role kumaliza apartheid in South Africa. But they were not not attacking individual.
Right. All right. Let's give Tony time. Tony, you have 3 minutes. Then your turn.
Thank you very much, host. I was dying to speak. I highly disagree with some of the comments of members, but I want to start my contribution not to their criticism. Number one, I don't want to concentrate on Malala because ideally hakuna kitu Malala amefanya wrong. Malala is just an instrument. He's talented in script writing. The only tag that Malala will carry, and I understand because he's a politician. Apart from that, nothing else that Malala did wrong. Tukiangalia kitabu ya Mtemi Bokono, ile imeandikwa with somebody Githeka Wamberia, it's the same thing. that these children were narrating where they were going to narrate on the stage. So hii issue ya watu wanakuja kutuambia hapa ati speech isiwekwe kushinda hapa ishinde kuweka hapa. Who gave you the authority to interpret what the Constitution in Chapter 6 saying about protected speech? This protected speech protect even those who you disagree with, including Malala akidisagree na Kasongo. By the way, who is Kasongo? When did William Ruto change his name to Kasongo? So we need to be.
Don't you tell them.
My friend, tukiongea, we need to be serious about what we're doing. Sanaa ni kioo cha jamii. Sanaa is how we express what is happening to our society, what is currently happening to our society. Economy ni mbaya, the government is not working. What is shame in saying that? Literature is naked. Sanaa is a naked expression. It doesn't mean lazima uipende venye iko. This is what is happening in our society. This is what we live in every day. Why will someone say that anafaa limit his speech? This is speech that imekuwa passed on through generation, through children, middle-aged, adult, and properly adult and the elderly. This is the message you pass across. This is the message that this is what they experience in their life. Akiamka asubuhi akose mkate, atauliza mama yake, mbona nimekosa mkate? Mama yake atamwambia nyie sikupata pesa, kazi haikuwa mzuri. Mbona kazi sio mzuri? Because the economy is not good. This is the truth. Literature is truth. Gentlemen, why are you hiding it? Why do you want to dilute it? Why are we here speaking as if vitu zimesema zijaifanyika? Ati tusipeleke politics kwa shule. What do you mean is politics? This is life and death. This is what we are living now. Why do you want to dilute it? Why do you want to censor it? And who gave you the authority to do that? This is shameless. Tunafaa tukuja hapa tuna condemn, not ati nani anafaa afanye hivi. That one is not something we should not even debate about. Common sense, live. This is what you're experiencing day to day. I must say I'm a bit disappointed with some of you. This is kioo cha jamii. This is our lifestyle. This is our culture. This is what you experience every day. This is lifestyle. Why do you want to change it? Why do you want to dilute it? Why do you want to?
All right.
Why do you want to
Tony, you must know that when a politician akiingia kwa usanii ama sanaa, politician ndiye ameanza kudilute usanii. So when you start
Malala is a scriptwriter, as you said. Malala on experience. It's not the same thing. It's not the first time that Malala is doing that. Being that Malala amefanya his script. The only tag that Malala inherit, to which it can accept, ni politician. But sasa,
Tony, do you know why our constitution says that for you to be a politician you must resign from your professional job? Do you know why?
It's okay. Kolo, 1 minute. Let these two people talk, then we open the forum. Your time was up, Kitambo, Tony. So let's give you Otto, then OCS, so that we can just open the platform, please. Yoto, you have 3 minutes.
Yeah, when we talk about Malala, it was in this government even last year. Let's talk even last year. Last year there was a drama festival, which happened. He didn't write. Now that he's no longer Secretary General of the current regime, now he has that energy to talk about the failures in that government. You are talking of, you don't know who Kasongo is. In the script also included the Barabara, all the statements which were always mentioned by Ruto, included in it. In the script, they involved other two politicians outside the script, in the script. So I don't know who are these people who are trying to explain to us that they don't know who Kasongo is. But in the script clearly indicates Kasongo is Ruto. My little advice to you is, let's give the government time. Let's accept Butere was wrong. Beginning from the administration, BOM was involved, principal, the teachers. In the school, there is one person who is called drama club teacher. Malala is not one of them. Was Malala paid to to need the script, or yeye ndiye alilipa, na kama alilipa in addition alilipa na threat for it to be played. So let's not cheat each other that it is in our society. We agree. Si pia tumefanya hizi ma set books. We agree. It is in our society. But why don't you bring it in a way that it has some decency, it has some respect in it, not exposing yourself? Then you can listen to how the students were talking when they were in Nakuru. After all the incident, you can hear how they were talking as if kuna ile kiburi ingine imeingia ndani yao. We are defended. My friend, they are only defended by us on media. But on the ground, the government can deal with them individually. So let's not cheat these people. What they have done wrong is wrong. Let's give government time. They learn the play. Because wacha nimalize Tony we. Every person's prayer is at national level nikutane na rais. How can you at national level ifike finals? Una expect aje a play hiyo nini mbele ya rais? Surely. How? Tusidanganyane. Now we are speaking of the reality. When we were talking of South Africa, they were playing it not in the drama level, but they export it to relieve themselves. But this is a drama club. Respect, please.
All right. Your time is up. Let OCS talk, then we can open the platform. OCS, you have 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, thank you. My view on this issue of Malala, I think Malala is trying to use the innocent students to drive his own politics or his own views on the government. Because at first Malala was part of this government and he was supporting everything that was going on. He never criticizes this government when he was inside as the Secretary General. By the time he was kicked out, he started just the same way the other people are doing it now. But I see some of the viewers are saying that these students were denied stage. They never performed. These students were even already on the stage. Then one of them just stepped forward and said that they cannot perform in the absence of Cleophas Malala. To me, this play was organized and planned by Cleophas Malala, so that he wanted this student to perform it in his presence, so that what he was trying to do to the government can go through. But I don't think that even those students, some of them overreacted. If you watch how those students, some of them even approached the police officers who were there, who approached them to solve the problem. They overreacted to the police officers. So our politicians or our leaders should not take advantage of the innocent students to push their own narrative politically. Because now they are bringing confusion to the society. How can you tell an innocent student to criticize the government? If you can ask even few of them there, what do they know about the challenges people are going here now? They cannot tell you. Because everything is on their parents. And Cleophas Malala, if he was to criticize the government, he can do it in anywhere, any place, in any forum. The way he has been doing it. Why must he go to school and use the innocent students? So I don't support what Cleophas Malala did and some of the reactions from those students. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ango, you have 3 minutes, then we can open the platform. We can give Kolo time. Ango, are you there? Okay, Ango is not there. Kolo, you can take the mic.
No, I was here.
Can I need a question then?
No, let's give Ango. Ango, if I call you and you are not there, I'll pass. Ango,
I'm
kindly,
sorry.
3 minutes.
No, I wanted just to ask a question. The ones who are saying that Cleophas Malala was wrong, do you think the judges were wrong? The one who said no, the script is right, because under the word they were given by the Ministry of Education to talk about, to dramatize about, is what the students did. So do you think that the judges were wrong? That's my question. Because the judges, they are educated, they know what they are doing. They give the drama a way forward to perform. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
All right, thank you. Nani ako na swali? Then we
Mi niko na
Let me
swali,
answer
mi niko
that.
na swali yangu ya kwanza. Swali yangu ya kwanza.
Tony, okay. Who are you directing the question to? Is it to Kolo?
I'm directing the question to Kolo.
Kolo.
Directly.
All right. Let Kolo answer Ango, then you can ask your questions, please. In 1 minute, Kolo, answer Ango.
I wanted to answer you like this. Do you think the conscience of this country lies with our judges? The same judges who cleared Dismas Baraza to run after shooting somebody in public. The same judges who allowed Aisha Juma to become a CS after killing somebody in public. Do we think we can keep our conscience that relies on the judges, but also the judiciary of this country, to be the right people to look up to? I will answer you like that.
Host, I have
All right,
question.
Tony, you can ask.
I have a question to all the members. I have the question to all the members that are supporting the action taken against Malala. Number one, you don't know the theme of the drama that was taken. Apparently, the theme was corruption. So all the write-ups, the narrative that was written down, it was in line with the theme. Number two, I want to refer you to the Constitution on the right of expression. Like it's not limited, whether it's through speech, whether it's through drama, whether it's the right to self-conscious. That one is properly protected. I don't even need to read the clauses. That one is common sense. We don't even need to argue. Then a rider with that, under the same question, I want you to now reflect on this. Who is the government to direct what students should play in terms of script? Why should that not be led to the organizers who came with the theme that they want a dramatized session, they want poem under the theme of corruption? Why would the government or the national government through the national police come up again and interfere with that process? Let's assume maybe there was somebody else, because I want to believe if the setup or the script was the same, was given with somebody different, if it was not Malala, I think this government will still be agitated. Now, what is the role of government interfering with this protected speech? That's what I want you to answer me specifically. Usiseme watoto wadogo ni wadogo hawajui kitu kama hii, because even if hawajui, it's still their right. It's protected. And there is no one who can stop or limit this right unless it is through a constitutional process, which it's properly detailed.
I want to answer you.
Anybody else can answer that question.
Let me answer you, because you asked me the question directly. Tony, no right in this country has no limitation. All right has limitation. As much as you're exercising your freedom of speech or freedom of expression, you are not allowed to infringe also on my rights. You can be allowed to have the freedom of expression, and if that your expression is insulting me, you are now infringing my right. So that is now where your limitation of expression stops. Number two, there is a body in this country.
Whose right was it freeze?
That is supposed. Just wait.
Whose right was?
Just relax. Yes, we know, and in this platform, Tony is asking us, who is Kasongo? My friend, there is a gentleman in this country called Mike Mbuvi. How well do we know him? Tunamjua kama Sonko. Was he named Sonko at birth? No. There are some names that you are given. We have the AKAs. Those names goes with you. Nobody named Raila Baba. Moi was also referred to as Baba. So when president is being Uhuru alikuwa anaitwa Jaden. when president is being addressed as Kasongo, and you guys are taking this play to a stage with an audience, and you are coming back to ask us at who is Kasongo, something that, and then at the same time you are trying to explain to us
who is the arbitrator between Kasongo and the citizen, and the playwright and the scriptwriter and the student? Who is the arbitrator?
This is what I'm saying. Students,
who is the arbitrator
students,
between the student and the scriptwriter and the organizer? Who's the arbitrator?
Wait, first of all, the scriptwriter did that illegally. The scriptwriter was not supposed to.
There's nothing illegal, Buana. You people are supporting nonsense.
He's not a member of the teaching fraternity. He's not a teacher. Why was he doing
which rule inasema lazima teacher ndiandike script? Which rule in the education program?
Tony, find your research. There's a body that controls the teachers in this country called TSC. TSC has rules and regulations.
Which rule?
Wait, so I'm explaining and you're asking the same question.
No, I want to criticize what you're saying. Which rule in a limit, mimi kama Tony, niende niandike script, nipeleke Buteregal so that they enact it. I want you to tell me which rule limits that.
There is a rule according to TSC that even me as Collins, if I want to take the Kakamega boys football to the national as a coach, I cannot go there and coach that team direct if I don't have a TSC number and I'm not a member of teaching fraternity. I have to do that behind a teacher who is recognized by the TSC. So Malala doing the script, according to TSC, easy script zake alikuwa anafaa kuandika behind a certain teacher who knows the rules and regulation of TSC, who is a teaching member. For us, we are not. So, first of all, going there to direct a script was illegal in the first place.
I want to put it to you that you are wrong. Please, kindly. Let me explain why you are wrong. There is no law stopping me from developing a script and selling it to a teaching fraternity so that they put it in act. The only thing that can be moderated on, if that act or play or script does not fall within the rules of the organizing committee or the moderator of the conference. So automatically you are wrong.
Tony, I'm asking you, if it does not fall under anything, who is supposed to regulate that?
Certainly not Ruto. Certainly not Ruto. We must agree.
No, just wait. Umesema there's no law, which means sahi naweza andika matusi na nenda nipatie Olympic primary waende watusi. There's no law, there's no rule that is supposed to guide that. That is what you're telling me.
My word. I want to repeat because you're an adult. I want to repeat because you're an adult. I want to repeat because you're an adult.
Must apply.
I want to repeat. I want to repeat because you are an adult. You people are defending.
Ongoja Yoto,
I'm on the microphone.
The script must be the way it is because
Ongoja Yoto.
To be played. That's what we are trying to say.
Okay, let me not speak to that. Let me not speak to that.
By the institution, it was the way.
But you've talked. I've given you enough time. We have to give the rest.
Talking about.
Yes.
My last statement on this.
Yeah,
nobody.
You were asking questions, Tony. I'm the one regulating this, and I've given you enough time to ask questions. So we have to give other debaters also time to speak. They also have right to speak. You've asked your questions. I hope you've been answered. So we can give somebody else the mic. Royal Boy, what do you have to say?
You know, the problem we have, we're arguing on the way, like on political sides. We don't argue on the facts. Doing the script is not wrong. And if it's about the student, singing against the government, they have all the rights to do it. But don't hide from other way to punish a reader because of the students. Because when they were practicing, the chief knew from the chief area, the area, Apple knew the song, wherever they were just playing the script. Everybody know what they were talking about. So you cannot send Askalis, then they just away the student will do whatever they want to do. But the thing is, the fact is, Ruto is just want to spread fear, like the Moi era, where we cannot even talk about the bad thing about him anymore. Because at the end of the day, these students, if they were going to the national level, Ruto could have just sat there and listened. Previously, the guy, you know, if you read about, all of us have been doing some states, we have read them at school. If you read about Chinua Achebe, some of the books he wrote is about politics. And nobody go against it. Let us debate something was wrong and put aside mambo politics so that we can just face the reality. Script, wherever it is, it's send a message. Who doesn't know the country is facing a lot of challenges? We can do in script. Pastors can preach about it. Everybody can talk about it. Let us stop this. Let us stop this. It was wrong for the government to send police. They could have listened. Ruto could have even listened the script so that he can change whatever he has done to change the country for the best. That's all I can say. But let us not just put politics in it and then we say, like, let's give Ruto a time, let's do this. But it was wrong for sending askaris over there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Ward Nyandare, what do you have to say? Ward Nyandare is not there.
Yeah, good evening all. To me, today, police have acted well, only that they were not little the way they are supposed to be. If you take your daughter or son and try to involve her in things associated with the Kenyan politics are associated with tear gas, bullets, no matter who is in power. You remember the other script for Malala was burnt during Uhuru's regime. And Malala is consistently trying to use this school. We must be very sincere in whatever we say. There are other good national schools in Wamunyoro's backyard because we will face the owner of the dog. The owner of Malala is Gachagua. There are several national schools in Central. And I'm 100% sure that they cannot accept such a thing. Why take these young children, expose them to the ruthless situation of the Kenyan politics? If you want to know that this thing is wrong, you don't even need to go far. Go to anywhere that is posted and see which people are supporting Malala and his group. That only will tell you that this thing is wrong. I can tell you, my brothers and sisters here, due to the nature of my work, I went somewhere. But I'm telling you that you would imagine seeing a child of between 13 and 15 years. That is the one now guarding a head of a state. That head of state is even worried with them to an extent that he has acquired forces of another foreign countries to secure him. It's like we have not seen things that has happened in Kenya before. I can compare this thing Malala is doing to radicalize children as to what the Al-Shabaab did when they came, they first entered into Kenya. At the beginning, the Al-Shabaab used the Muslims and the mosques. When the real sheikh saw that these people, what they are preaching is not according to Islam, the Al-Shabaab now went for the Christians. These are the ones, the young Christian guys, these are the ones whom they were taking, they lure them outside, they go radicalize them, and they come back bombers. If you can clearly see that those guys who are doing this thing for Al-Shabaab, the latest, none of them was a Muslim. They were Christians. They would change name because it was very easy for those guys to radicalize them because they were not Muslims. It's the same thing that Malala is doing. These are children. The script is not bad. Let Malala take his script to people who knows what Kenyan politics are. He can take this script to the universities, people who are already voting, okay? They can analyze a situation. He can take this script to the teachers training colleges. He can even go and take this script to the prison departments or to the even police force to act that script. His fellow politicians,
fair allocation of time.
the MCAs, the
All right.
MPs can
All right,
act
Wisdom
this.
Dare, I'll come
We
back to
can.
you. Your time is up.
Okay, just to wind up, we cannot be in a situation where that when the politicians have messed the country, the politicians have messed the country, now they take their mess to the children. And me, I can't accept that. And according to the rumors that is going, that head teacher is supposed to lose her job. We won't tolerate nonsense.
All right, thank you.
It
And something I don't
seems
know how
like
to
it seems like
pronounce
Tony has a very good timing for people who are not speaking his mind.
All right, thank you, politician.
All right, proceed. Hell, something I don't know how to.
Yeah. Arena, thank you. I've been at the comment section, but it's okay. I understand people are busy. So my question is, how sure are you is Malala who orchestrated this script to the student? And how many teachers do you think participated on this drama? Okay, one, sometimes we're supposed to ask ourselves as Kenyans, we've seen many government, the Uhuru's government and some other governments. So sometimes you're supposed to ask yourself why Kenyans are so bitter with this government, because things that are happening in this serikali, Kenyans are not happy at all. So I don't endorse whatever happened at Butere, because is somebody trying to gain his political momentum or to serve self-interest. Lakini mimi what I can say, Malala, people are just throwing hands saying Malala did what, Malala did what, organized the script. No. People are tired with this government. And I don't support this government because of one or two reasons. So maybe students organize themselves together with their principal or their teachers in school and organize, because there's no hakuna mali walisema ati Malala did what. Malala was just a director. So does not mean that he's the one who orchestrated this participation, who talked to these students maybe to recite this poem or drama. So to me, that is a no. Secondly, I think it's high time Kenyans to condemn the police brutality, because even the tear gas canisters were thrown at to the media personalities. So when something is wrong, please, it is wrong. I'm not supporting the Butere, their drama, but when something is wrong, let us not be lopsided. It's like we are trying to rob Peter to pay Paul, which is not political. So, Mimi, my stand is Kenyans are tired, and you know, when someone is tired, they're trying all means to raise their grievances. So there's a way how we can be heard. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to add let me tell Ashley something, because like his point, he has not done enough research. Number one, Malala wrote and directed the script, and he accepted. He did not deny. So this is Malala's affair. Please stop saying that maybe it's not him. It is him, and he's using it to score political differences with the president.
Can we hear from MC Philip? Then we start again the conversation.
So can I just interject small, Tony, please?
No, no. Let's hear from MC
Let
Philip
MC
then
Philip
tuendelee.
finish, then you guys can continue. MC
Good
Philip, are
evening,
you there?
everyone. Okay, I just came like few minutes ago, and the topic was about this play. If I can say, the play is good, and but on a bad timing of political situations in the country. That is why it feels that it divides people. Oh, another thing about the play, because personally I'm a teacher in a high school, and we have ethics and rules that guides us. Number one, all of us did some of the books that orchestrated such kind of plays. And in one thing that this play has been felt this hard, it is because it's kind of very raw. Like the characters used, the name of the places, and again, it has been picked from a speech from Gachagua, if I'm not wrong.
Exactly.
So, and that is it. That is the reason why you could not land well with Ruto. Hiyo title we got to expect. It could not land well with Ruto, but to condemn the way he handled it is very bad, because kupiga watoto tear gas, it was not a good way to approach it. Another thing, the way to express this play, it does not apply the ways the books express the plays. There is a lot of stylistic devices in literature, like the use of characters' names, the use of places of the origin of characters, the use of scenes, the use of themes. Though every play, let's take for example, Streets of Tenderness, I read it. Let's take a Betrayal in the City, Caucasian Chalk Circle. All those books are political books. The Bad Governance, Mustahiki Mayor, all those books were bad governance. And the one they are doing now, in fact, the one they are doing now is what is happening in Kenya currently. The one they are going to do today in Fall 4. But if you see the characters, does not depict directly to the personalities as the way that one has depicted with the political situation. Me, I would have said the play was very correct. It was very correct. But for Malala to use direct personalities and the names of the characters and the places, it has been politicized. And the reason why it has been politicized, to achieve mileage. And he has achieved, by the way. He achieved a mileage because you gave him an audience. You gave him an audience. The government, that is what he wanted. That is what he wanted. He wanted the government to Gachagua wanted the government to, let me not bring Gachagua, but Malala wanted the government to confront him. And the government has confronted him. And the thing is in the limelight, even those people when you kusikia hiyo speech ya Gachagua, now everybody knows that thing has happened. So in real sense, the play was very nice, but in a very bad presentation.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you
Let
so
me
much,
add
MC Philip.
something.
I think, Lydia, you can talk, or Oseb had talked, so we can give you guys time again. Lydia.
Okay, I want to add this on top of whatever he said. The whole play was okay and is still okay. But now, whatever this person brought up is the antagonism between the president and the former deputy president. And that one is still fresh on us, and definitely wouldn't have ended so well. The only problem still comes and still is the use of the children. That one is still a wrong. I don't know how he came about with that. Yet there are so many actors and actresses in the country with IDs and all that. These kids don't have IDs. These kids don't know how to panga laini in the morning to vote for whoever. So they were not supposed to be anywhere in these. especially with the mentioning of names and anything. If it were captured or coded in a good way, the way Mwalimu has said, that one wouldn't have brought anything. But now that he decided to use Kasongo and Barabara itoke wapi, and the speech, that one was wrong. And I concur with Mwalimu.
Something. I want to correct something before
Mwalimu,
my
thank
time.
you for opening and bringing it to the light.
I want to
Some of
correct
us who are
something
not in
just
the teaching
kidogo. Then
fraternity can
Lydia will pick
understand
up
how
on
to
it.
use literature
There is
well
two things
and
Lydia
not to use
amesema very
literature to
important
score political
about
differences.
children and about the format of the play. Maybe
Tuko kwa Kolo, then tuko kwa Tony. Si tuende tu hivyo. Tafadhali. Kolo, you are not there. Tony can take the mic.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
What I wanted to
Proceed,
say,
Kolo.
Mwalimu, thank you for bringing this thing to a point where the non-teaching staff for us can understand. And thank God you mentioned the ethics and conducts and the non-teaching staff. So that some of us don't just argue that Malala is within his rights, that he can go outside, bring a script that is talking about him and his political friends, wanaleta kwa watoto, then they play politics with it. Another thing we want to say, ambieni yao mapoliticians wenye wafanye research before wafanye kitu. Huyu ni mtu aliyepiga watoto wa primary tear gas. Unakuja kumlitisha na watoto wa secondary. Just in the name of settling political differences. They wanted a bloodshed. Thank God it did not happen. Salasa tried this nonsense with the Mashemeji Derby. They wanted Luo to fight with the lawyers at Nyayo Stadium and we kill each other. It did not happen because we separated football from politics. Right now, they start politicizing education. And some of us are here saying that wale walikuwa watoto, they are within their right. If Malala is a good script writer, tuko na Lyon Franze, tuko na Kenya Cinema, he can pick one of the best actors in this country and he can pass his message to Kasongo. You cannot do this with vulnerable children that we've taken there to become somebody in life and not to become politician. Tunapeleka watoto wangu pale shule wa learn so that they can come and help us to kuwa wazazi tukua tumezeeka. But what are we doing? Tunacheza nao siasa. We are using them to score our differences politically. My friend, let's be very honest. And when we are castigating, not all of us support this government, but not all of us also support impunity. We cannot support impunity. If Malala is wrong, before condemning the government, ask your friend Malala to get politics out of schools. Let him come to with this script to Alliance Francaise ama huku nje. Achukue wasanii wakubwa, andike script yake, wasanii wenye wanajua siasa ni nini. Apige script, waende hata waitishe mkutano pale nini, Uhuru Park, wapande juu stage, wapige ni show yao hapo kubwa ya Kasongo must go. To understand. But you cannot play with the future of this country to settle deep political scores. These kids, you want to turn the children against us. Ni kama pale kwa nyumba umekosana na bibi yako, na instead of kwenda kuongelesha bibi direct, unatumia mtoto, unaambia mtoto aenda ambia mama yako hivi. Just because you cannot face your husband or you cannot face your wife. Sijui unamuogopa manini, now you want to use watoto wenye umezaa wenye unalea kwa nyumba to correct whatever the difference is between you and your so-called family. If UDA has their issues, that is the UDA family. Why are they using our kids to set their scores? Why are we not calling out Malala for using our children with so-called scripts? As if for us, we don't understand literature. We understand how Sarafina liberated, the movie Sarafina liberated South Africa. We understand it was not politically instigated. They were the youth who want liberation behind it. There was no politician who has a Munyora agenda on it. If the youth of this country can stand and defend themselves against the government, let it be organic. We cannot use a politician behind it to say, oh, Gen Z walifanya 1, 2, 3, 4. Kumbe behind the Gen Z there was somebody financing. Watoto wa shule walifanya 1 2 3 4 wakapigwa tear gas. Kumbe kulikuwa na mtu alikuwa amejificha nyuma ya watoto wa shule. We cannot allow that.
So I want to speak. Yeah, thank you. Kola ameshamaliza. I want to make something very clear. Because some of the people here have shared platform with, they cannot pretend to be people who they are not. But that one is just that one is just by saying, number one, we must decide whether we have a constitution or not. Number two, some of the students who are given the script and were trained to do the play, they are going to turn 18 years and will be eligible to vote. Those are adults, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you like it or not, they will vote. Number two, the country is ripe for Ruto must go. So whether the conversation itaanza in form of a play, uko kwa primary, whether the conversation itaenda kwa secondary school through plays, Ruto will still go. Whether amesikia vibaya, whether amesikia vibaya that ati play imefanyikwa hivi, it needs to take certain strength, Ruto will still eventually go. So I want to say, people, we need to be really clear about this thing we are doing. Play have been there. The books, kuna books zimekuwa written very explicit. Hata imeshinda hii play ya Malala. Kuna Mtemi Bokono, kuna a lot of stuff which is gonna depict what's happening currently. They've been acted before with students who are both primary na secondary school. This is not the first time that students wanafanya dramatized event that's gonna depict political themes or things that are happening in real life. It is not for us, it's not for government to regulate what kind of script it will take or what kind of the narrative that will take in terms of script drafting and everything else and the play being developed. We are being I don't know how to say it. We are not being genuine if we really are condemning, if we are really condemning this whole process. The government must take the share of the blame. Let's assume Malala was wrong. So what is the best approach to approach this? If Malala is wrong, na me involve watoto wadogo, tutaanza na Malala, you are wrong, we involve watoto. Thank you so much. But the government has no right. I repeat, government has no right to tear gas watoto wadogo because I may disagree na mtu mmoja mwenye alienda kaandika script. That one, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot tolerate. That one is nonsense. We cannot tolerate that one. And me, I cannot agree with you. I cannot agree with that.
Tony, between arresting Malala and tear gassing the student, which one did the government start with?
The government started with tear gassing the children.
Oh, they arrested Malala first, but do your research.
It doesn't make it right. What are you saying? It doesn't make it right.
Whatever the procedure you're telling us is the same procedure the government follows.
No, you are justifying unjustifiable. You are justifying unjustifiable. The government has no right to go and tear gas children and arrest children.
What you're not telling us is it is the first time in the history of this country a rejected politician is hiding behind our girls. It is also happening for the first time. You are not telling us that.
Kolo, we don't care what you feel about Malala. There are some people who love Malala. But Sasa, we are talking about the children and what happened between the children. So you cannot bring veiled politics on issue of children and their rights to put up play. That is what is discussion now.
Tony, the same way you are condemning the brutality on children is the same way we are here condemning the usage of children. I think that one should be that way. We are condemning
Lydia,
ilifanya vibaya kupiga watoto at the same time tunasema Malala alifanya vibaya kutumia watoto.
Ongoja, if we want to delve into the play and into the right of children to exercise play, because it is within their right to do the plays. They are not. There's no law. It was the right forum. Now we can only talk about maybe the theme. It's not about using of students. I want you to be very clear. I don't want you to have double standards.
everything except that whatever they were the theme, they were even off the theme. The theme was not about a specific politician and or a specific group of people. It was not about that. Corruption is so wide. Corruption is not about a specific politician or anything. Corruption is so wide in the governance. Corruption is in the.
I want you to call Ruto. I want you to call out Ruto with courage. Ruto is the chief priest of corruption in Kenya. Do not meander. Do not fear. Do not be intimidated.
What you're telling Tony is
priest of corruption is the bishop in Kenya.
As much
Tony, you
as
must
I'm the
know.
host, I also have the right.
I want to say this. Tony must understand politics.
The government. Tony has
must
always
understand.
castigated the government. There
And-
is nothing
and
good
we're
Tony
and-
is
and-
seeing.
We are telling Tony this. Tony must understand politics. Unajua maybe Tony alianza siasa juzi na finance bill. Every political move must have a political response. Ukitumia
Yes.
watoto politically,
Can I say something?
there must be a political response. Hautatumia watoto kisiasa alafu tuende Nyeri tulete Reverend Muheria akuja kuongelesha Nakuru.
Can I say something?
Political response is not abducting children. That one is not a political response. That one is dictatorship.
Can I say something, Tony? Can I say something?
Shule in the first place. Kwanza watoto wako nyumbani. Unatoa watoto wenyewe nyumbani kuja kusettle political scores. Then unataka tulete priest. Waombe.
Kolo, allow me
That's
speak.
wrong.
Can I say something, guys? Number one, let me go back to the play. In 2022 or 2021, before election, there is a play that King Kaka played. It's a talk. It was a talk. You need to talk. I mean, it was something like that. If you guys can remember,
It was a poet.
It's a poet talk. That thing was so smart.
Amekaa kwa choma.
And a lot of play. Let's start with the Ruganda's book, Shreds of Tenderness. You know that book depicted Uganda dictatorship. You know, let's even go back, not go back to 1960s. This is the Wathiongo Ngugi Wathiongo book. The guy started to oppose the government using poems. Names, use the real characters, use the real names of the places. That is unethical. In fact, that is unethical. It is unethical, lawful, it is unethical.
MC Philip, what is the recourse? What is the recourse if something like that unethical is taken? What is the recourse?
The recourse that something is unethical, that it is against the law. It's against the law.
It should not be allowed in public.
What is the recourse if something like that happened? I want to know.
Just allow me
When
answer.
did the
Just allow
recourse
me
become
answer,
tear
Tony.
gas? When did the recourse become abduction?
Okay, fine. Very well. Just allow me answer you. Tony, number one, we should not support tear gas. And to be very sincere, tear gas has not started today. Ruto tear-gassed students in pupils in 2000 and 2022. You know, we cannot support tear gas. We will not support abduction. We will never support bad governance. We will never support dictatorship. We will never support political inclination of self benefit, like what Malala is doing. So, if as much you oppose the rot in the government, let us start by individual. You talk about corruption. If I may answer you about corruption, in Kenya, do you know that it is us who cultivate corruption in this country and not politicians? Do you know that it is us? It is us who make the politicians corrupt. It is very unfair and it is very weird. It is very, it is very funny when a politician stand on a front of a national TV anasema na mukule pesa yao lakini usipe kura. You know, that's a very bad statement. First of all, if if you are a politician, if I may ask you, you use 10 million to bribe me and you get the post. And your total salary for the 5 years is 5 million. Will you venture into such a business or will you get a way to recover your money? Before I continue, answer me that.
I follow what you're saying.
Okay,
Just
Philip,
continue.
when addressing Tony, first of all, no, we are talking to the politicians and we are talking to the Wamunyoros. The Wamunyoros want you to speak their mind. If you're deviating from their mind, you're not with them. So some of them are not politicians.
MC Philip, do not listen to ODM sympathizer naitwa Kolo. This one is not only government apologies na sympathizer. So just speak neutral. Do not take direction from anyone.
I'm not taking direction from anyone. That is why, you see, personally, I'm liberal. I'm a liberal mind guy because even in 2022, I voted UDA and ODM, and you know they were so rival. So that is why nimekuuliza, you talk about Ruto being the center corrupt in the country. Of course he is, and we all know. And do you know that the corruption start by you, Tony, and me, Philip? That is the reason why these politicians are very corrupt in this country is because they get these votes using a lot of their money. So when they go there, they will use every mean to recover their money. And another thing, mi nataka uone sisi Wakenya ndio tuko very corrupt. Saizi ushikwe na polisi. What will come into your mind? Ni kutoa pesa. Nothing will come into your mind. Nothing will come into your mind. Saizi uone, let us see, for example, this environment CS wa Nairobi County. See, let's see, for example, this guy. Do you know that this guy is trying to clean the town and there is a lot of people in this Kenya who oppose him? And these same people who oppose this guy are the same people who will say the government does not work to clean the town. Now you see, we are enemy of ourselves. Sisi wenyewe ni enemy of ourselves. So if you eat a politician's 1,000, be sure to pay that thing times 50. If I am a politician, let me ask you, if I am a politician now, I ask you for a vote. Now you give me the vote and I pay you, man, let's say 500,000. And there is this politician who does not give money. Totally, it does not give money. It just comes with an idea. Genuinely, who do you think Kenyans will vote? Tony? Are you there?
I beg to skip that answer, but allow you to continue with your proceeding.
Can I talk, please?
Give me 1 minute.
We should go in. After Tony, I thought it was supposed to be me.
Yes, it's you, Dari. Yes. Proceed.
Okay. First and foremost, I want to tell Tony, if he has not read widely about Africa, I don't know whether he is aware that the former president of Liberia, Charles Taylor, is serving a 50-year jail term for using children in his political activities. That's number one. And he was not even jailed by Kenya courts. That is an international court. for using children in his political activities. He's serving a 50-year jail term. There is this guy of Uganda who was recruited. In fact, he was kidnapped by this warlord called who?
Joseph
There is a
Kony.
guy-
Aitwa Kony. Aitwa Joseph Kony. Yeah.
Yes. This guy was abducted when he was below 10 years. He has been militarized and radicalized by Joseph Kony till by the time he decided to surrender, I think he was like 20 something. He is serving a jail term. So me personally, I cannot accept a politician who has contributed widely to the mess in the country, now that he is unable to correct that mess himself. Now he goes to use the children. He goes to use our children to settle his mess. I cannot accept that. In fact, Malala is one of the most corrupt person that should not be even allowed near any learning institution. You remember when he was being beaten in Mumias? People even ran away with his money, around 600,000, that he was using to bribe people. This same Malala, as per to the script of this guy who was former CS
Wouldn't
in
they say
Mumias.
Ruto? I think you're confusing
He
Ruto's
said
name and Malala.
correctly that it is Ruto who built for Malala the house Malala is staying in. The script of Malala, me personally have said, is not bad. It is to enlighten the people what is happening. He can use any other people in the country, but not school-going children. He should get his theatrics out of schools. He can use MCAs. He can use senators. He can use MPs. He can use people like you, Tony. You can go and act this script at the even at Uhuru Park, where you can get more audience. But if you go there, you must know that what you are acting is a political thing, and you can be made by tear gas or bullets. There, I come from Western, Tony, for your information. But there are two people in Western that if the government can't act upon them, what they are showing there is so bad that even another government will not be able to control. One of them is Malala, who is sowing the seed of tribalism. No, this guy is Salasia, who is sowing the seed of tribalism. The second person is Malala, who is destroying our national institutions who have struggled so much to be elevated to a national level. Today, Tony, you are supporting this, but I'm sure, I don't know how old you are, but if by God's luck or God's wish, you had your daughter at Butere Girls, and she was going to act this Malala script, you would have even gone for her from the school. Because Malala is going to make it very difficult for your child to pass the exams, to get employment in Kenya, anywhere. That is the nature of the people of our country. Because, Tony, just listen, these children are castigating Ruto. How many heads of parastatals in Kenya or government institutions that are so loyal to Ruto today? If by chance Ruto gets his second term, how will that child even secure a proper college or even unemployment? I can tell you, Tony, during our time, I had a very close friend of mine. We grew up together with him. he joined the Nyabondo boys. Then they went on strike and burned that school to ashes. I'm telling you, the way the government through NIS enlisted them, those guys could not even be accepted in private schools. By the time they banned that school, that guy was in Form 2. And I'm telling you, that was the end of him. Even his parents came to the school where I was schooling. They tried to secure for him a chance there. It was impossible. So the person destroying the future of these children, he has already secured his future and the future of his children.
The person destroying
principal
the
of the
future of
school
children
who
is William
allowed
Samoei
this thing
Ruto.
to happen in that institution, that principal has already secured her future and the future of her children. Same implies to the board of that school. Try to think, even if you are criticizing this government, where this thing took place. Try to think the future of those children.
Okay,
Onyandere, I have a question for you. I have a question for Onyandere. Kolo, I have a question for Onyandere. Please kindly allow me. Because Onyandere has clearly gaslighted us on the parents should buy fear and not allow their children freedom of expression, freedom of art, freedom of conscience, because there is, in quote, consequences of not falling in line, of not obeying Kasongo.
But Tony, do you know the children's
So,
right is separated from the normal
swali ni
human
yangu ama
rights?
swali ni yako?
No,
Swali ni
you're
yangu ama
saying,
swali ni yako?
when you're saying
Just
children are, do you know we have the
Kolo,
children's
relax,
rights
I
and the
will
children's
answer you.
acts and our own rights? And the
Kolo,
children's
just
rights are
relax,
also
let him
limited.
construct his question. I'll answer him.
Thank you, Kolo. Kindly be guided. Ushaambiwa. Number one, Onyandere. You will not gaslight us because Kenya is a democratic state, number one. Even if we have this bad government that we don't like, at least we have expectation that no child will be discriminated in terms of akipita. Akipita atapata the correct university. Akipata a good score in KCSE atapita, not because that siku moja wali perform drama somewhere na Kasongo hakupenda ata direct watu wao. We can't have a country like that. We cannot have a country that survive on the whims of someone. That one is now I want you, this is the direction I want you to take. I want you to correct your word and condemn what must be condemned, because police cannot be allowed. Police cannot be allowed. Police cannot be allowed to go and kidnap young children. At least wala tachukua wanajua wengine watakuwa 18 years watapigia Kasongo, they'll vote Kasongo out. Now, but before afike hiyo time, I want you to condemn without reservation.
Tony, I want to ask before afike hiyo time.
Just Kolo, let me answer him. Just a minute.
We are confusing adults with children here, and it's very wrong.
No, I don't want you
Children
to.
that are under the age of 18 are under our protection. They're not supposed to enjoy any.
Kolo, I don't want to be informed by you.
Kolo, let me.
Kolo, I don't want to be informed by you.
Wanaenda kupromote their political agendas Nakuru. That is the
No, Kolo, I don't want to be informed.
I think the order. I wish we would have.
Let me
we would
answer.
have followed that order. Kila mtu aongea amalize, akimaliza mwingine achukue mic atoe mind yake hivyo. Mtu akitoa mind yenye you are not satisfied with, wait your time.
I want
na upinge.
I want
to answer Tony. Let Tony ask his questions. I want to answer him.
Wacha nimalize swali yangu.
Let us also allow the point. Let us also allow the point of interjunction.
Yes.
Yes. Let us also allow the point of interjunction.
I want Onyandere. Also, tumekusikia nimalize swali, then you pick it over. Onyandere, what I want from you is very simple. Number one, there were two things that were very clear in this debate: condemning police brutality and government use of force on children. That is one point. Number two, condemning Malala, bringing political theme or motion or narrative
kwa script yenye unwarrantedly inaweza leta shida for children in terms of government any government attacking them. But even though in our head we know that we have a democratic state, government should not be attacking children whether they like the message is given or not. Now the third motion was that this thing yenye imeletwa vizuri na MC Philip palisema this play was good, but now it needed to be a bit brought or delivered in a good way. Now, wewe tumesema divert into other stories that are not relevant to here. You have not tackled at least majority of this question. I challenge you. Can you put that your narrative into all the three guide and you respond to them effectively? Do not mean about the government ifanya nini, sijui kama hujaingia government na discriminate about you. Atuko serikali ya Ruto.
Just a word before you continue.
Just
a word. Remind Tony that the children protection is under the guardians, not under the government. Please remind him that.
Okay, so no problem. Let me answer Tony. Tony, first and foremost, I said here, I don't know how old you are, but I can tell you, as you see me today, when I'm working with my son or daughter and I see danger, I can be more lethal to that danger than ever thought of me. I'll push my daughter or son behind me. The only people who are allowed for their children to take action or act on their behalf are people who are 85 years and above. Okay? But a young person like you, Tony, you should not expose your child to any danger. Anytime there is danger, you should always put your child behind you and tackle that danger. So in this situation, where politicians who have brought these problems to Kenyans and they are now unable to solve this problem, can now not take this problem to the children. It is bad. They should handle this thing on their own. There are several forums, there are several stadiums where they could handle this. I'm even praying, I don't know even how this police was so lenient today. Even a stray bullet could have been fired so that it could go with Malala. We can't sugarcoat this thing. I've said I don't have any problem with the play because the play was raw, but at the wrong place. You cannot take this thing to the children who are under 18. The Kenyan law states clearly that the child under 18 years is under protection of the parent. That is why even if they mess up, where they are charged in a court of law is different with the court where you and me can be charged. People should not sugarcoat this thing. The government acted this way because the area security administration failed, the school failed, the board of the school failed, the director of education in that region failed. The national security intelligence
children and abduct children because Atinania failed. That one is nonsense.
It can be nonsense to you, but today this is the reality. I've given you an example, an international example. Somebody tried with the international courts. He was a president, Charles Taylor. He's serving a 50-year jail term.
Would actually you need to have a cup of water so that we also have a moment. Yeah, we have actually listened. Yeah, give us some space kidogo. Odero, wacha niseme kidogo pia. There is this book by Robert Greene that accused that the 48 powers of law. In that book, if you manage to seduce, it says that if you manage to seduce, charm, and deceive your opponent, you will attain the ultimate power. That is one. Let us go to the government constitution. What does the government constitution, the Kenyan constitution says about the right of our children?
The Kenyan constitution does not explicitly prohibit the use of students in political activities or political mileage. However, it doesn't emphasize the right of all citizens, including students, to participate in political life and outline measures for youth participation. While students are free to participate, there are potential legal and ethical consideration regarding the exploitation or coercion in political campaigns. We know that Cleo Malala is a politician. That is a fact. We also know that constitutionally, there is a body that governs the TSC and even the TSC that governs a body that is students. This body are mandated to protect the students. And this body, you should be a teacher for you to participate in any forum. My main question is, was Malala a teacher taking students to Nakuru? Was Malala actually had a positive motive of actually empowering the students? That is the answer now, it's no. What was the podium? The podium was all about the narrative of Ruto must go, the bad governance. He was actually exercising the political mileage using the students. And constitutionally, let us be frank, plain white here, and give credit where it belongs. Police did their work, but the excessive force that was actually used to our students or to our girls or to our boys' child is not allowed. I mean, we cannot actually relent that. We want to say this, guys. Let us actually be reasonable men and women in the society, especially our kids. Let us put politics aside and institution aside. Let us take that child, like he or she was your children. What could you do in that state where the children has been actually brutally has been tear gas and there is chaos here and there? Let us give credit where it belongs and let us speak the truth, and the truth will always remain truth. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. I don't know whether I can speak or it is not my time.
No, wacha niongee.
Okay.
Dero maliza, then you proceed, please.
Okay.
Hii kama arena yuko, Tony unaweza moderate.
And Shodero, then next was Kobuya, then Likobi, then Elidunduru. In that order, I think we are going to pick and organize ourselves.
Okay, thanks, Kolo. But number one, I first condemn on whatever happened today. Anything that happened today was unconstitutional. That one I accept. But on the other hand, Mr. Kolo, I just want to address you, Kidogo, but with no feelings, no hard feelings, and don't take it negative. Take everything that I'm speaking positive as a brother.
As long as
I know you are
political, you are good to go. But at least it's personal.
No, it's not. It's never personal. I'll
political. You can go to any mind. I don't mind.
No, I'll stick to. I'm talking to Tony. I mean, I'm Tony, not Kolo. I'll stick to the agenda. But first and foremost, this thing was more politicized than what we thought it could be. Because number one, hii kitu ikianza, Eugene Wamalwa came after all this mess. Why was Eugene Wamalwa present if this thing was about just the school? Number one. And then number two, Mr. Tony, I know maybe you might be a parent. I don't know your age and I don't know who you are, but I hope you are a parent somewhere, whether a young parent or an old parent. But the fact is, siasa tutaruhusu iendelee, but let us not involve our children into premature politics when they are still young. For that, this script was good, but it came at a very wrong time. Kulingana na the situation of the country and how the ground is too hot and the target audience was the government, I don't think it was the right time. Let us pretend, let us just say, hata kama wewe uko kwa nyumba yako, Mr. Tony, you have a child. Kuna vitu vingi sana you can do to your child that the child does not even like. but still mtoto wako atangoja kidogo grow fast. After growing, he or she will have the freedom to do whatever he likes, but not in your house. Let us not use politics to destroy the future of our kids. Please, let us not use it. However much the government is bad, however much the government is corrupt, of which I don't object that. I accept it. But we are looking at this thing on a different perspective. The future of this younger generation. Ikifika time ya siasa watapiga siasa vile wanataka. We agree with that. But as per now, they're still in school, my friend. Why do we use them to gain a political mileage? Why do you want to destroy our kids?
Odero,
in the name of getting political mileage, sir.
Odero, maliza niongee, niko correct few areas.
Ni correct, tafadhali. I'll accept any correction.
Odero, I wanted us to talk about something very specific. Tusiangalie sana Malala ni politician. We are concentrated on the script because Malala has been doing this before. Akwe politician. At least that's why we agree. This one is his field. He's not ati ameamua tu leo akaamka kaandika script. In fact, he's a very good script writer. Now, the issue is, was it okay for Malala to use a live politically themed script? Unaona, the issue is not even about your script kwamba mzuri. Your script at least was good, but now the characters as were depicted on the script, that is where we are. That is where at least it correlated now, where you said that this was used by a political motive to score a live opponent who wako kwa seat. But sasa mimi zile argument ingine si other side nasema, let's assume that was wrong. But where is the role of government in this free speech? Why must we do something and look at our back at government haitafurahi kuja hard on us? Yes, I agree. So yes, I agree. Yes, I agree that as a parent you must protect your child. Every parent, this is a natural instinct, lazima mtu akuwe nayo. But sasa on the other edge ni at what point will we have a government that iko kama ile ya Kibaki, mwenye mtu anza mkalewa ongea Kibaki yako hivi na nini, and you will not hautaogopa ati nyumba yako utakuwa kidnapped ama you will see reprisal. Why won't we have a government like that? Because number one, that right you are seeking is protected in the constitution, and number two, we are not supposed to be feared. It's hii kitu hata ifai andike kwa law. We are not supposed to be afraid. That is where I think we are different. Thank you.
No, it's yes, we need not to fear. We need not to fear about anything. But my question is, what is the end product, or what is the end game of not fearing? We know how wild this government is at this moment. We know how far the government can go to shut you up if you are too mouthy. Why do you involve kids in this? Because the government is a government that is now very careless and ruthless at a point, and they don't care what will happen. What they want is just achieving their goal. This script was very much okay, but it came at a very wrong time. And the target audience was also wrong. Citing on the characters that were involved in the script, it was totally wrong. Let us not involve our kids in this, Mr. Tony. I'm just trying to beg you to understand. But I'm not forcing you to understand me. But watoto waachwe hapa kando. Because like right now, Butere, by the way, Butere, the government, is it the government or the Ministry of Education has even dissolved the board of the board in school. It is no longer functional, by the way. Yes, it is dissolved. It will get effect. Yeah. Can't you see? You see, we can use so many things. We can use this to gain a political mileage, but kuna wengine wanaumia na wataumia sana. Kenyans will be making noise, I agree. Kenyans will be making noise left, right, and center. But we are now looking at this individually wise. The head teacher, the board in school, the children. Because hata by the way, wakati the tear gas was being wakati watoto walikuwa wanapigwa tear gas, this thing was not even about the kids only, because nimeona hata watu walikuwa watu wenye mpaka watu wa nje. So it seems like ni kama this thing was a pre-planned thing. It was something that was pre-planned. Malala alikuwa anaenda kufanya nini huko Nakuru? Number one. However much Malala has been writing this script all and all over again. But hizo script zilikuwa hivyo.
And why would the students refuse to perform? Why would the students refuse to perform kama Malala yuko? What did Malala got to do with this performance?
This thing has got more politics in it than what we can see. There's a lot of politics in this. And that is why we are saying, let us leave our kids out of politics. Wakifika miaka 18, they are allowed to make their decisions the way they want. Yeah. But to see destroy future yao just because of vile iko size. No, it is wrong. It is wrong.
Okay, I think before Kubuya seme kitu, nimesikia mpaka background ya Tony, and I can sit and confirm that Tony is a very proud father. Kama si father is a guardian. Ye mwenyewe anaweza kubali watoto wenye hata katiba wametupatia under our protection mpaka wafike 18 ndio tuwapeane huko nje. These kids are under our protection. Unaweza allow mtoto wako atoke kwako kwa nyumba, mtu aende amtumie kisiasa in the name of drama festival. However much that is how our talent beyond the chinataka pursue in life. But do you allow your kids to be used politically outside there? Somebody is trying to get back to the government, but is trying to use your kid mwenye hata hajafika 18, and the reasoning is that by 2027 atakuwa eligible kupiga kura. Before afike eligible kupiga kura, she or he is under my protection. The government entices me to take care of this kid. Hata nisipomtake care, akose kula, akose kwenda shule, mimi ndo nitashikwa, si These kids are under our protection. So when a politician want to use them, na si mtoto wake anatumia watoto wenyewe, we must come and call it out. Before we let the government react aje, we need to protect our kids, and we need to protect them from the rogue politicians. We will continue.
Thank you, brother.
Before we ongee, what is a protected speech? Hiyo tu peke yake.
I just have some few points or concerns that I want to raise concerning this matter of Butere girls. Actually, I've seen it going viral everywhere on TikTok, Facebook, about this Butere episode. But number one, I do always say that let us not bring politics or put in as leaders, we will still just continue crying. These politicians, all of them, they are liars. All of them, they are schemers. All of them, they are thieves. That is the first thing I want to say. Then the second thing, I'm not supporting the government, that is Ruto and his regime. I'm not supporting Malala, and also I'm not supporting the administration, the Butere. First, I'm blaming the administration, the management, the board of management of this school, Butere guy. And also, I'm coming now to blame the government on this. Reason number one, there are other things that before we do them, we must look into what are the repercussions of this. How will it come? Unaona, itatoka namna gani? Wengine wataiona namna gani? You see? So the panel who was in charge of this thing, they were the people even to be sued to court and answer the question why our children are being gassed. Our children are being brutally by the policemen. They were the first people to be blamed.
the school management. They were the past people, the panel who came up with this thing, who allowed a politician to come into the school, give them a script, and they are allowed the students to go and perform such. They were the first people even to be sent to court and answer questions on this thing. Before we blame the government, before we blame even this hour, before we blame the we blame Malala. Unaona? I've seen so many occasions. Even I think it was last weekend. The politicians, they have come to church, they have destroyed our churches where we were fellowshipping. They have destroyed the churches completely. The politicians. They have destroyed all those churches completely. The other time I saw even goods in the church where Gachagua was. Unaona? They are playing politics mpaka kwa pulpit. Now they have come to schools. Unaona? They have come to schools. We don't say that having a play is bad. Unaona? We don't say that acting is bad. Unaona? But at what source? Unaona? Now the source is what brings the problem here, guys. The source of this play, the source of this script. With all the honesty, ningeomba, let our politicians stay away from schools, let them stay away from churches. They have destroyed our churches. Watu wanaingia na bunduki na panga mpaka kwa madhabahu where we are worshiping. We saw those things happening. Unaona? So, Semanga, let us not put politics in everything we are doing. Let us not politicize everything. It is very dangerous. And the toxic people in this country where we are living, these politicians, they are very toxic. Liars, thieves. So, Mimi kivyangu, I don't know, I don't want to talk more about this thing, but I'm not supporting Ruto. I'm not supporting Ruto's government. If it is a matter of Ruto must go, let Ruto to go. Unaona? Let Ruto to go. Unaona? But I'm not supporting this issue of bringing politics kwa shule. Unaona? If Malala wanted to pass his information to the public, there are legal channels he can follow. The other time I saw Martha Karua was launching his book. There was no problem with that. I've not even read that book. I don't know the content of the book, whether it is also criticizing the government. Unaona? Nobody has business with her. Malala can also do that. He can write a book. He can write a play. Launch it. We will read it. Those who want to act it will act it. If any school wants to act it, will act. Nobody even will question them. Nobody will tear gas them. Nobody even will pin them down the way it is happening. Wasting their time now. So bad. And now Malala was in the government. My people, I want you to remember this thing. Remember, Malala was in the government. Justin Muturi was in the government. Gachagua was in the government. The time they were in the government, their mouth was their mouth were busy. Walikuwa wanakula, hawawezi ongea. When you are eating, you can't talk. But once they have come out, once they have been chased, once there is a disagreement, wametupwa nje kutoka kwa serikali, is when they start their politics, is when they come to people with things that cannot even help us. Is when now they are seeking sympathy from the public. That is what they are doing. But when they were in the government, they don't talk. They are very busy. They are eating. They don't talk. Mouth is full. Once they've been chased away, there's a disagreement, they come and tell us things that we don't even believe. Why could they criticize those things when they were still in the government? Like Justin Muturi was talking about 129 billion. He was called from India to sign by President Ruto. Mbona hakusema hiyo wakati alikuwa kwa serikali? Gachagua is talking of dollars of billions of money in the State House. Mbona wakati alikuwa kwa serikali, he had power. He didn't talk about all those things. Once there is a disagreement, wametupwa nje, wamekosana, is when they come and lies to us. They tell us lies. They entice us with good things.
Political arena, Kubaya,
politicians, I don't support them.
Kunywa maji kidogo alafu urudi umpatie huyu youth mwenye amesema is a youth anataka aseme kitu na ako na sisi. Kindly ukikunywa maji,
Anyway,
we'll be back bro. Yeah.
Anyway, mimi nimemaliza.
Political arena continue. Yes.
Habari yenu, mmeshinda salama?
Tuko poa sana.
Mimi ni kijana na actually I'm not even that old, I'm 21 na niko na different point of view from venye nyinyi mnaangalia. Najua we can agree to disagree, tutakuwa na different opinions bila kukosana. So the first thing kulingana na mimi ni venye mimi najua ni in Kenya the constitution guarantees citizens the freedom of expression na freedom of speech provided I interfere na mtu yoyote ama yumizi mtu yoyote, there's that freedom of speech. So whatever happened today hapo Nakuru, mimi kama youth mwenye nimepitia hii system, actually there are some number of setbooks zenye tumesoma na ukiangalia zote ziko na one theme. Ukiangalia mstahiki meya, uangalie kidagaa kimemuozea, uangalie kigogo, uangalie kifo kisimani, uangalie an enemy of the people, they all tackle one similar theme. Hizo vitu zenye zina tackle ni bad governance. Unaona? So in as much as Malala was not right to use children for his political mileage, that's one way to look at it. There's also this other side that in as much as mwenyewe hata angeandika play, hizo ni vitu they are already introduced to these things through set books. So hii ni venye imekuwa amplified because there's a politician in, but in real sense hii ni kitu watoto wanainakuwa introduced kwao at form 2. So there's no way utaanza kublame, okay, Malala is not right for pushing his political agendas using this, but in reality kitu yenye iko ni haifai to cancel the freedom of speech. Hatufai kufanya hivyo. Kenya pia we are guaranteed of the right to information. Tulinyimwa hii right when they locked journalists out of the premises, wakaanza kuwatia gas. Kitu ya pili, walideprive hao watoto of food na better sleeping conditions zenye zinafaa kuwa provided to them pale kwenye walienda. Haya, mnasema Leo Malala is pushing his political agenda. That is okay, but we must also look at it this way. Hakuna mtu msafi sahi kwa hao politicians. If you look at it now, Kipchumba Murkomen 12 years ago posted that because 12 years ago there was a similar event and Cleo Malala was also involved. Alipost that hakuona shida na play ya Cleo Malala hii ambaye inajiita Shackles of Doom. Hakuona shida nayo. But now since he is in government, ako silent. Unaelewa? Sahi ako kwa government, ako silent. So, okay, let's not politicize this. Tusiargue from ile point ya ati ma politicians, no. Tukue objective, tuangalie sahi watu wako involved ni wanafunzi who are really exercising their right and freedoms. Sawa basi. Leo Malala was not right. Tuangalie hivyo sasa from that perspective. Why then will the police tear gas nini za watoto, basi ya watoto? Why will they? What justifies that? What justifies police tear gassing news reporters wenye wameenda tu hapo kucover event? Number 2, hizi music festivals ziko guaranteed. Unaona Ministry of Education ina support sports talent, ziko hapo chini ya hiyo. Na if this thing came from the zonal places, ikaenda county, ikaenda regional, na sahi imefika national, then if there was a problem, it would have been noticed all along these channels. Mbona problem inakuwa noticed sahi wakati imefika national? It is because they know that we are opening eyes. It's about time we stop looking at things from ile perspective ya mwanasiasa hii, mwanasiasa that. Hata ukijaribu kucontrol aje, ati sasa knowledge yenye mtoto wako anapata sahi, hata ujaribu kuilimit aje. We are living in digital times. The only thing you can do si kufinyia knowledge mtoto wako ako nayo, ati sasa ako under 18, sasa unadhani umemnyima sasa unamprotect. The only right thing you can do for now, talk to your kids, understand that they are living in different generations than you, wanna grow kwa different times from you, and the way you handle things is not the same like venye nyinyi mulikuwa mna handle na wazazi wenyu hapo in the past. Sahi kataza mtoto kushika simu, but does that mean that ajui kutumia simu? No. Mfunze kutumia simu, allow them use the phone, but teach them how to use the phone in a positive way. And it's the same way. Not
Allow
use
me
them
ask
for
you something.
politics.
Can I ask you a question?
Please do.
I think from the beginning of the chat, when I joined, the thing is the use of the kids and the use of the government using the police. Again, you have talked about the Mstahiki Mayor and Enemy of the People. All those books depicted the same theme, yes. But do you know what the difference between those books and the play of Malala? It is the styles. Can you quote any book that you have ever read in high school that use direct characters, their literal places, and let's say direct characters and literal places? Is there any book? Is there any book? That's one question. Another question. Can you give I know
Philip, we are
next question. The first question.
We are communicating. In communicating, there's a back and forth. You can't expect me to respond to you ukishinda unani-interrupt. Let me answer you. Si unataka jibu?
I'm giving you the second question.
Aya, basi uliza zote basi ni kujibu.
The second question is which style did Malala play employ? Which styles, which poetry literature styles, which literature styles did Malala play employed? Those are my two questions. Nimemaliza, those are my two questions.
So tebu rudia ya kwanza tafadhali. Ya pili nimesikia ni literature styles employed by Cleo Malala.
The first question was you have read venye nimesikia umerefer many books. Can you quote one books which used a literal character of the origin, the origin? Let's say if you talk about Shreds of Tenderness, the origin is Uganda. If we talk about An Enemy of the People, the origin is Europe. If you talk about Mstahiki Mayor, the origin is Kenya. Now, can you mention any of those books which use the literal places, the literal names of the characters of the same origin of their homes? Is there any book?
No, there isn't one.
What about the play of Malala?
So that tells you whatever Malala was doing was not literature, it was a political motivated move. It has nothing to do with literature. Malala was just trying to do his political scores with the government. It's simple. That was not literature at all.
I give 100% to MC Philip, and I'm sure being a teacher where he's teaching children has good morals. I can ask this guy, our youth, that during his generation, it is the generation where children banned schools across the country. Can he tell us where his colleagues are as up to now? Because if you fail to be guided by a parent when you are under 18 and you insist to do something, I don't know, I'm not properly and I cannot properly pronounce your name, forgive me please. I can tell you that I'm sure the script that Malala wrote for the children of Butere girls to act He cannot write it in any school where his children are schooling to act. He cannot. And me, I criticize the force the government used, but the force that the government used today, it is the least because the children and their director have engaged in a political activity. In Kenya from 1963, the political activities are related with the tear gas, batons, bullets, and assassinations. So when your child is venturing into that field, he or she should know that he is venturing into a very dangerous field. He or she should only venture into that field when he or she is above 18 years. Me personally, even if I was like in that operation that was there of the police force of Kenya today, I can assure you that as we are speaking now, there could have been some sort of shere at Malala's home because he has destroyed the future of those children. Those children, some of them, their parents are mamambogas. Their parents, some are even selling the illegal brews to take them through education so that they can at least change their future. Malala has destroyed all this. And these politicians, I can tell you for free, although Malala is bad today, but if his child is looking for a job, there is somebody he can call in government and give his child the job directly. But those children of Butere girls will go through a very serious scrutiny with the national intelligence. Just wait and see.
Ambia kijana hivi, these people tried this with us with the Mashemeji Derby. Walikuwa wanataka Wajaluo wapigane na Waluya. It failed terribly. These people brought the same politics into the university. Wakaanza na Mount Kenya, wakakuja KU, wakamaliza na Kibabii. It failed terribly. Right now, they are done with footballers. They are done with university students. Now they are deep down into secondary school politics. So Malala is trying to use watoto wenye chini ya 18 to score political difference. Hii pia imefail. The next time utaona na watoto wa chini huko wachekechea wale wa kuimba nini wakicheza nao siasa zao. What we're saying is approach politics politically. Don't drag football, don't drag health issues, don't drag education to score your political mileage. Malala has a platform. Akona Alliance Francaise, akona Kenya National Theatre, akona if he's a good scriptwriter, achukue the rest of Kineri Komondi, andike Ruto must go yake vizuri, aende perform huko. You don't need to use young children who are under our protection according to the Katiba. Our total, we are supposed to guide them mpaka wafike 18. So before wafike 18, mtu anaenda kwa grab from school, you are on a relationship with a certain principle somewhere, so it's trying to drag our innocent kids kukuja kusettle on our political scores. We cannot open that window for politicians. We cannot do that.
Kolo, I was trying to tell one guy here in this forum yesterday that during Moi's regime, there was a play called Ridiculous. And it was acted by Akina Heri Komondi, Akina KJ, the university students. These were mature people. They had ideas. They knew what they were doing. And I can assure anybody in this forum that me, myself, if my daughter was at Butere Girls, I think my story with that principal would be different today and featuring in the national televisions. You cannot risk and destroy the future of my child that way. I cannot allow you. Malala did all he could do to make sure this regime is in power. Why can't he go back and use the same people he used? Because they are mature people, they have ideas to pass his message to this regime. It is very bad, and I pity all people of Western Province where I come from, because Butere Girls is one of our best institutions there. This Faka Malala is now destroying it. That principle, she should not even be transferred. She should be terminated from the service immediately, and then she will have freedom to join politics. Because for such a play to go up to where it had reached, there must have been an exchange of money at the expense of the children. I'm yet to see a parent from Butere Girls who is supporting this thing. And I'm sure even if we had one on this forum, he or she would condemn this thing with the most.
Philip,
sorry. Moderator Nina.
Sorry, Philip. Before you move to a different topic, can I contribute?
Okay, me hata si moderator, but tunaweza endelea tu. I don't know the moderator.
Okay. So actually, I've seen a lot of people trying to defend and support what Malala did, and they are trying to bash the government about all of these things. But after watching one of the video, I think it was done by this political arena, I even commented on it. The people who needs to be bashed are the school, beginning from the principal, and the board of BOG in that school needs to take a very stern action towards the person who allowed these kind of things to take place. Because